Don't say I didn't warn you. Oh wow, the lighting is so good. Or is it me? Hi, my little cherry blossoms. Today I'm going to recommend you specific, specific trope books. Um, the trope is going to be soft boy romance, where basically the male main character is a soft boy. He can be shy, he can be reserved, he can be someone who just doesn't talk much and is like has a very gentle aura around him. You know what I mean. Like, as I'm recommending books, you'll understand what I'm trying to say. And I recently have got into this trope, and I love love this trope right now, seriously. And okay, so I forgot to introduce myself again. Hi, I'm Nehal, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe if you like it. I i just realized I never said to subscribe it in my previous videos at all. Like, wow, so confident. Anyways, so this book, I'm reading it right now. It's called A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. This was gifted to me by my dear, dear friend, and I'm so grateful for it. I'm only halfway because I'm reading a lot of books at the same time. Basically, the male main character is a soft boy, and the story is, as the name suggests, it's a murder mystery where basically a girl from high school decides to solve a murder because she chooses the whole like murder mystery as a school project, and basically she gets invested into it so deeply. And because the one who is considered the murderer is the MMC's older brother, so they both are involved. There's close proximity. They are both trying to solve this mystery. They are both trying to prove that everyone, the whole town is thinking that that is the name of the alleged murderer, he is innocent. And they are just trying to prove that he is innocent. And there's a lot of drama, there's a lot of mystery going on. If you like to spot a little clues in the chapters, and you if you love a good murder mystery, then you should, seriously, you should read this book. I'm only halfway. It's a trilogy. There are two other books, and I'm so excited to know what is there in other two books as well. So yeah, this one. I'm only halfway, but I like totally recommend this. Okay. So now I'm going to recommend all the books that I've already read. Obviously, I'm going to start with the books which are kind of underrated, and then gradually I'll progress towards popular ones. Or, yeah, that's what I mean. So, the underrated books. First one is Full Tilt by Emma Scott. This is kind of like a sad book. Yeah, I'm not going to like tell you the spoiler why it is sad, but basically Jonah, the MMC in this book, he is the epitome of a soft boy. Seriously, like, he works so hard, and he he basically meets the FMC, who is a rock star. She's really famous, but she's alcoholic, and she's basically on her way, down. Like, she is addicted, and she basically has no friends and nothing, and she's really sad and depressed and all of that. And he comes into her life, and she's like really closed off, not mean, but like kind of like really closed off, and doesn't really, believe in love and all of that. So it's kind of that true. I love this book. It's a duet. The second book, All In, is about someone else, but it's related. Again, I can't tell you because I'll spoil it. Please read this if you need a little bit of sadness, and if you want to like clutch your chest and be like, oh my god, he said that, oh my god, that happened in that book, then please read this one. It's highly underrated though. I don't get it why. Anyways, so the next book I'm going to suggest is Take a Hint by, sorry, it's Take a Hint, Danny Brown by, wait, I don't I don't want to butcher the author's name, so I'll just put it here. It's called Take a Hint by Danny Brown. It's a again, it's a companion novel. It's about three sisters. I read the second and third one. First one, didn't like the blurb, so I didn't go for it. But the third book, which I'm talking about, Take a Hint, Danny Brown, is about this grumpy, introverted security guard, who is who is also an ex-military, I think, and and it's about this professor who also works in the same school, so there's forced proximity, and also there's some confusion, and it's a lot of rom-com type of drama that happens because of that. They have to fake date each other, and it's very convenient because they both are going to benefit from this relationship. So it's fake dating trope. And he's kind of obsessed with her. Like secretly, he has always been pining for her, but he's so shy that he doesn't have any guts to like pursue her. And through fake dating, he gets the chance to do that. And it's so endearing. And it's also steamy as well. So that. But this one is in third POV. So don't say I didn't warn you. Oh wow. The lighting is so good. Or is it me? Anyways, no one likes conceited girls, Nehal. Come on. Anywho, so the next one is Savaged by Mia Sheridan. This author basically writes soft boy romance. So if you want anything from this trope, then go for this author, okay? So Savaged by Mia Sheridan. This is basically a Tarzan romance. I don't know how to say it because the MMC has basically lived his whole life in a snow forest, abandoned, where people don't even go, and it's it's extremely hard to survive there, and he basically survived there without any human connection, in between animals, and through some stroke of luck he gets into the town, and he stays there his whole life and doesn't get out because there's a whole story and plot in that, and I won't tell you because it would be spoiled. And he has so yeah, by some stroke of luck he finally gets out of town, and then uh, he gets tangled up in a murder mystery, and he becomes the major suspect. And our FMC is the one who is she is a tour guide. Yeah, so she basically goes with other groups or hiking groups, you can say, in the snow forest, not in the part where he lives, by the way. That is like totally abandoned and dangerous, but in the other parts. And so she is the only one who knows like all the directions and everything. She's the only one who can navigate. So there is a forced proximity between them because she's the only one who can help with the murder, with solving the murder, and the MMC is the prime suspect. So there's a whole story, and he's really soft and caring and considerate and thoughtful and all of those things. And uh, it's just there's mutual pining here, and it's a little bit steamy as well. I loved this book so much, and those are my housemates. I don't think they are going to stop making noise, so I'm just going to continue. Oh my god, the light is so ethereal. The next book I'm going to suggest is called Win Some Lose Some by Shay Savage. This book has been in my TBR for 3 years, and I don't know why I didn't read it. And finally, it came out from the depths of my TBR and came in front of my eyes, and I was like, oh my god, I have to read this. For some reason, I just felt like that. And I'm so glad because it's 5 stars. 5 winning stars. This book is so unique because this whole book is entirely from his POV. Yes, it exists. I didn't know that this type of books exist. If there's another book like this, then please recommend me, please. Like I live for his POV. Anyways, I got sidetracked. What was I saying? Yeah. So he is autistic, and they are both 18-year-old, and she is the popular girl. She's the nice popular girl, and he's a shy, awkward boy in the class. They have both been together. They have known each other since they were in kindergarten. They have been in the same class, same school, but never spoke to each other. And suddenly they get a school project together, and there's forced proximity. They go to each other's houses, meet each other's families, get to know each other, and that's how the romance develops. And this boy is so thoughtful and considerate and such a gentleman. I think he's more of a man than any other MMC because he's so thoughtful and protects her and takes care of her so deeply. And there's the whole story about how he opens up and how she tries to um, how she tries to understand him. And it's like it's so wholesome. Yeah, that was the word that I was looking for. This, if you're looking for a wholesome romance, then please read this book. And yeah, and it's entertaining as well. So the next book I'm going to suggest is Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. Abby Jimenez is also another author who writes soft boys, basically. So note the names. Don't say I didn't tell you. Okay, so Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. They are both doctors. Again, fake dating. There's forced proximity. They write letters to each other. It's kind of like Reverse Grumpy Sunshine, I would say. Not Reverse Grumpy Sunshine, but like she is really grumpy and closed off because she has been through a divorce recently, and she has been through a lot of things in her life, really traumatized. And so Jacob here, that's the MMC, he's very introvert and he struggles with anxiety basically, and it's just how they try to understand each other, and their romance unfolds, and main plot is fake dating, and this man, he is like the greenest green flag ever, like the best fictional man to ever exist. The things he says to her, the things he does for her, like such thoughtful things. There's a lot of like you'll cry reading this book. Yeah, I'm just warning you. I'm so I'm so kind that I'm warning you. No one warned me. Anyways, so the next one is Lotus by Jennifer Hartman. This book is really traumatizing as well. Please check trigger warnings. So our MMC, Oliver Lynch, he was captured at a very young age, and he basically lived his whole life in a basement. Like, yes, in a basement. He never knew the outside world, and somehow he gets out, he actually rescues himself, and then he gets out, and it's childhood best friends to lovers, and Reverse Grumpy Sunshine, shy, he's really shy, he's really inexperienced, there's that trope. And there's a lot of mystery going on because why he was captured and who captured him and what happened in those years and what's going on and all of that. He's really innocent and shy, and he's just like, what I'm saying is the whole blackness of the world, like the whole trauma that you feel living in the world, that hasn't touched him yet. So he's so innocent, and I just enjoyed reading that so much because it's kind of unique. I haven't read many books like that. Then I read, no, not then I read, but then I would like to recommend Most of All You by Mia Sheridan. Again, Mia Sheridan. Most of All You. Here is the same kind of similar trope because he was captured as well when he was really young. And here it is, he's very shy, innocent, but he's very like, he knows what he wants. And he basically goes to the FMC and says that I want to learn about intimacy and all of that because he cannot function properly in the society, not in the society, but he cannot have normal intimate relationships because he just doesn't know the world, and he doesn't like react to the things the same way that all of us do. So there's forced proximity as well because she kind of teaches him and all of that. And she is extremely traumatized. Like she is spoiled, not spoiled, but like she's jaded. Yeah, jaded is the word. She's jaded, and she's like, her heart is like blackened. She cannot fall in love. She doesn't believe in love. She doesn't think that like she doesn't believe that good people exist because all that she has seen in her whole life is trauma and betrayal and just bad people. So that's that trope because he comes in her life as like a beacon of light, like, you know. And the writing is amazing, the quotes are amazing. There's a lot of trauma. You will cry, probably. Yes, you will cry in this book as well. And if I'm talking about soft boy trope, then I have to mention this book. Like I cannot not mention this book. It's Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. And the reason why I didn't mention it in the beginning because everyone has read it. Like all of us, we have read it already. And I'm not going to like talk about it in detail because it's really popular. The next book is In a Jam by Kate Canterbury. And I've talked about it in detail in my previous video. the one where I talked about all the books I read in 2023. I talked about it because it was the first book that I read in 2023, and it was a 5 stars for me. It's a small town romance, friends to lovers. He has always been in love with her. He has always had a crush on her, and then after few years, after like a few years break, she comes back into town, and she has run from her marriage, left someone at the altar, and something like that. There's a lot of drama happening, and there's marriage of convenience as well, because she needs to get married ASAP to get the tulip farm that she inherited from her grandmother. And the farm is like really important to her because it is like it holds sentimental value and all of that. And he is there and he's like, I will marry you like in instant. And so there's this fake marriage thing going on. The whole town thinks that they are like, he's like, it's always the shy guys. Like, I'm not going to elaborate on that, but it's steamy AF as well. And also single dad trope, kind of, because he is an uncle of a little girl. So there's that. And then Today, Tonight, Tomorrow by Rachel Lean Solomon. This is like an academic rivals to lovers. High school romance, really innocent. This whole book takes place on the last day of their school, and that's when they kind of reveal their feelings to each other while they're playing this game, where even the game is like really interesting. Like there are a lot of clues. It's kind of like a treasure hunt, but it's like the clues are spread all over Seattle. It's also kind of enemies to lovers, I guess, because she always thought that he hated her, but they like exchanged texts at 5 a.m. in the morning. Like they're kind of secretly obsessed with each other, but they're like, but I hate you. So there's that trope. Also, Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. This is like uh not this is kind of like a period romance, kind of like, because it is a love story between Achilles and Patroclus. So it's a romance, and there's a war going on. The writing is amazing, like the lyrical poetic writing, and it's just the whole forbidden relationship between them because they can't be together because he's a god basically. So that's that. And the writing is amazing, and I think it is not the type of book that you finish in one sitting. Like you really need to savor and read a few chapters every day, but I think every reader should read this book because the writing is beautiful. Then I'm going to mention a few books which are like in my immediate TBR. Like when I'm in the mood for soft boy romance again, these are the books that I'm going to pick up. Like they are in my immediate TBR. So, not many, but like three. One is Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. I've read books by her, by the way, and I know that I'm going to love it. It's friends to lovers. There's a lot of sadness and heartbreak going on. There's a lot of like someone likes the other person and they are just not getting it. The friends to lovers angst kind of. There's that. So I'm really looking forward to reading this book. I don't know when I'm going to read it, but I'm going to read it. That's for sure. Then another author that I'm looking forward to is MJ Hendricks. I'm sorry if I'm butchering the name. I'll list it here. Uh, there are two books, Falling for Temptation and Seeing Double by MJ Hendricks. I think it's a companion novel series, and I'm really looking forward to it because when I tell you the plot, you'll be interested as well. The plot is that the sees the companion novels. It's about this two or three guys who are like, it's a high school romance. They're kind of young and they just got out of church or something. So they have like lived their whole life in a church. Like they didn't live there, but like they followed all the principles and everything. So they're really shy and innocent and they don't know the ways of the world. And all the FMCs are kind of mean, and not like mean, but very out there and very forward, and all of that. So I'm really looking forward to reading this series as well. Yeah, those are my recommendations. This is a very super short video. I just wanted to sit down and talk about books, I guess. And I really hope that you got some, like, at least 3 or 4 books, 3 or 4 good book recommendations. And if you like my video, please subscribe, like, comment, go out of town. Please, you can DM me on my bookstagram as well. The links will be down below. And Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. And my next video would be very, very soon. Bye.